Hi Gemini, welcome to Spirit Mail. We're going to talk about love today, but before we do that, while I'm shuffling real quick, new for 2020, I'll have a few things coming up, but right now I'm doing Tuesday night interviews at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. I've done two so far, one with Maxine Taylor, an astrologist. Last night we interviewed Kyle Butler, who is a former apostolic pastor, and next week we're going to be interviewing Kelly, who has a YouTube channel called Good News, and he does in-depth studies on the deeper spiritual meanings in the Bible. So all of this for me has to do with our spiritual journey, especially when we're coming from religion into spirituality, where we're breaking out of the box of what we grew up doing. So I feel like these are people who can help us make those steps forward. Anyway. Also, on Saturday morning, we'll be doing Roundtable, so don't forget to check that out. That's at 10 o'clock Central Time. So now, let's talk about love. Gemini. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you for my Gemini friends. Thank you for tarot as a tool. We're looking for an overall oracle message as it relates to the love reading we're about to do for Gemini. Please show us clearly what is that message. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly what is the overall oracle message for Gemini as it relates to love. Okay, guys. It's the Gentle Gardener. I love that. It's a great card. The number is 2. I'm going to read it for you real quick. I'm going to hold it up while I read it. You know, love, it's just like anything else. Love relationships, we really create what goes on within those relationships. And some people I know will disagree with me and say, that's not true. I didn't deserve to be treated that way and stuff like that. And I'm not here to argue with me. I'm not here to argue with me. Argue with me all the time, but I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just telling you based on my experience, that's how I feel, and I've been through some stuff. So here we go. Be your own person. Be a conscious co-creator. The Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. She's the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all you are is reflected in the world of form. You hear that? She ensures that all you are is reflected in the field of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant with beauty. Okay, so our garden is abundant with beauty, but sometimes we're constantly digging in the weeds of our garden, right? We're constantly doing that. So Gentle Gardener, that is your card. We're going to find out. We're doing similar to what we did last week or last month whenever we did singles, those who are dating, and those who are in committed coupled relationships. We're doing the same thing this week, just a little bit differently. I'll lay out each energy. We'll pull clarifiers for each energy. I'm going to talk about every one of them. You might want to listen because they kind of correlate. It's almost like you can feel yourself in each and every one, or I don't know. It's kind of odd. But anyway, and then we'll do the PS at the end, okay? God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for my Gemini friends. Show us clearly what are the energies that they will navigate as far as love goes. What is the energy for our singles? What is the energy for our friends who are dating? And what are the energies for committed couples? We thank you for clear and concise messages, love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly what energies are we looking at. Okay, so if you're single, Gemini, Spirit's saying spiritual union. Okay, So we're going to pull clarifies for these, but is it time for you to get out there? Is somebody knocking on your door saying, hey, Gemini, it's time for you to come out of that cave you're in? Look, root chakra, base chakra for those who are dating. And this came up in one of the other readings too that I did today. And for committed couples, we have solitude. Okay, so let's get the clarifiers and see what's going on here. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit. Again, I thank you for my Gemini friends. Show me clearly what are the energies, or what are the clarifiers for the energies on the board. For our single Gemini friends, we're coming up with spiritual union. For our friends who are dating, we're coming up with base chakra. And for our coupled, committed couples, we're coming up with solitude. Show us clearly for Gemini. Clarify what these energies are. We thank you for clear and concise messages, love, light, and prosperity, and clarification, confirmation, and validation. So we have justice, clarifying spiritual union, and we have Queen of Cups. I love that. Okay, so for those who are dating, to clarify base chakra, we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. And for committed couples, to clarify solitude, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So let's start here with spiritual union if you're single. Okay. Based on the cards that are out here, I feel like you've been single for a little while, and perhaps like somewhere deep inside yourself, you're wanting to get out there, you're wanting to date, you're wanting to find your person, but you're holding on to who you have found in yourself, because you're thinking, I'm not sure, I don't know what's out there. I don't want to go out there and then, attract the same old and stuff like that. So I feel like for right now, it's good to stay. If you're having those doubts, it's good to stay put. But I feel like Spirit's saying, you've done all this hard work. No, it's true. You cannot see what's out there, but we see it all, right? You hang on to your truth. You have come in and balanced yourself. You've met yourself, right? You understand your wholeness and your value as a person. And whenever you get out there, because of that, it's going to be a whole different kind of people that are attracted to you based on who you are now, because you're not the same person that you used to be. In fact, they're showing me you as the Queen of Cups. They're saying that this is who you've become. This is how you're going to present in the world as a very astute person. This is not gender specific. Very astute, very nurturing, very graceful, very poised, and very emotionally intelligent and in tune with who you are. Unconditionally loving and accepting of yourself, which permeates out to others, allowing them to be who they are, meaning that it's going to attract into you somebody that's a better match for who you are. Okay, so Gemini, there you are, singles. Is somebody knocking on your door and you're not opening it? That's a good question. I'd like to hear about that. Those who are dating, we've got the base chakra. Okay, so the base chakra came up, like I said, in another reading. And I feel like this is about, we have ideas about when we're out there dating. Ideas about, is it even appropriate to date more than one person at a time? Is it even appropriate to like one of them more than the other and not tell the others? We have all these rules made up in our mind, and I feel like sometimes they hold us up, right? Before I married my second husband, I was dating 3 men. I wasn't sleeping with any of them, but I was dating all of them, and some people said, "Oh, you're dating 3 men." Yeah, I am. I mean, how are you gonna know which one you like if you don't, go out there and date them? But anyway, but in some cultures or in some groups, in some areas, we feel based on the way we were brought up or based on the things that we learned that only this is appropriate. And that's not always the truth. But I see right here that there is somebody, and this is a Knight of Wands. So I'm going to say it's a fire sign. I'm going to say that it's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I'm going to say that this person has come in and they are really kind of tickling your fancy more than anybody else, right? But for some reason you're feeling like maybe they're not, this is the passionate Knight, right? The one that goes in and flirts a lot and says all the right things and all that stuff. So, and they're tickling your fancy a lot, but they may not be the right person. You may be feeling like they're not the right person, or you may be thinking, to heck with it, I just want to go for it, right? And then you're coming up with the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is about collaborative projects. It's about collaborative situations where you work with other people, where there's fruit that comes from the project and stuff like that. So coming up in a love reading, I feel like what it's saying is, and some of you aren't going to like me for this, but I feel like it's saying that there's some getting past your own boundaries that's going to allow you to be with this person and still remain dating other people too. It feels like you want to go a little bit step further with this one person, but you're not ready to let go of these other people yet. And I feel like you're holding yourself up because you're asking yourself. This is the only thing I'm going to say about that for me, is that I always feel that as long as everybody involved knows what's going on and we're not lying to or cheating anybody, I feel like, we're all consenting adults. So if you're wanting to go a step further with this one and you're still wanting to date these others, you have to decide how you move forward in that. You have to decide what's right and what's wrong about that as you move forward. Okay. As for you committed couples, those Geminis and committed couples, we have solitude. So solitude is when it's time to go within. I only see one person here, and you're in a coupled relationship, right? You're a committed couple, but I see solitude. And I feel like what it's telling me is that it's time for you to go within and nurture yourself. Remember, we cannot be everything to everybody all the time. And I feel like it's calling for you to go in and love yourself a bit and take the time. Do the work with yourself within the relationship. I feel like there's something going on here that's making you feel maybe a little bit like you're on the outside of your own relationship, right? This is a feeling that you're having within the relationship. And I feel like what it's saying is this process can move forward. This relationship can continue to move forward. It's not going to be an overnight fix, whatever it is, but as long as you take the approach, you don't try to cut the corners, you don't try to be demanding about what's next or what the outcome's going to be, because the slowest moving Knight in the deck understands that everything needs to be paid attention to, right? He's gonna get the end that he's looking for, but he's not gonna rush it. He's not gonna go out there and try to shove. I'm seeing a square peg going into a round hole. He's not gonna try to shove a square peg into a round hole. He's gonna retreat as he needs to and do his work, and then move forward one step at a time, so that this right here can become a thing of the past, is what I'm seeing. Okay. So, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our Gemini friends, and I thank you for love readings. Please show me clearly what is the PS that goes on with this love reading. Show me the PS. Okay, so let's talk about the Gentle Gardener again. Let's bring the Gentle Gardener back into all these readings. So right here, right, Remember I said, if you're feeling hesitant about getting back out there because you're afraid that you're going to attract in the same people, this is saying, what's the quality of your thoughts? So that's why I said maybe it's a good thing not to get out there as long as you're having those thoughts. But as soon as you feel confident in the work that you've done, whether you can see, right? Because whenever we plant something, we can't see it beginning to grow in the ground. We can't see it till it comes up out of the ground. But we have faith that it's growing, right? So I feel like even though you can't see what's going to come to you or whatever, trust in the work that you've done. But until you have that trust and faith, it might be good to sit tight because you don't want to go out there creating insecure relationships. And then with this right here, it's saying, Spirit is saying, this is who you really are. Whenever you can see yourself this way, then go ahead and proceed, because that's indeed what you'll attract in. And so right here, same thing. Whenever we hold on to stuff like this, right, then that's what we bring more of into our life. We keep ourselves bound up. We do this. This is based on the way that we co-create with Spirit. So I feel like Spirit's saying, decide what works for you, right? Decide what works for you and be good with that and move forward in that way, because then you'll create the reality that you're looking for. And the same thing here. If we move forward in this energy, we're going to create more of this in this relationship. That's why Spirit's saying, maybe spend some time and nurture yourself. Go back to gardening your own heart, I swear I'm seeing a tiller in a garden, like whatever it is that's been like you've walled off where this relationship is concerned. It's like dig it up and go through the processes of getting rid of it, because it feels like it's something old that you've brought into this new relationship, and it could cause you some weeds in your garden. Okay. All right. P.S. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you again for love, light, prosperity, clear and concise messages, and for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly what is the P.S. that goes with this message for Gemini. Okay, Gemini, P.S. Wow. Okay, so singles, you have rebirthed yourself. And if you haven't, you're well on your way to doing that. But it looks like you have rebirthed yourself, and this is what Spirit's saying. Congratulations. You're in the process, if you're dating, you're in the process of rebirthing ideas about how you feel about dating and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate based on things that have come from your past. So do that work and decide with yourself, because remember, you are the gentle gardener. You are the co-creator in your world. And then there you go here. It's time to, remember I said that I saw that tiller, like tilling up a garden. I think it's called a tiller, tilling up the dirt, right, to plant fresh seed. It's like this is work that needs to be done within this relationship. And I don't feel like there's anything going on with your significant other that they have created a problem. I feel like it's baggage that you brought with you. I feel like it's baggage that you brought with you. But Spirit's saying you can turn this around. You can transform this, because we all have that opportunity. We can all transmute and rebirth ourselves and situations. But it is a process. It's nothing that's going to happen overnight. Okay. Wow. Defeat. If we feel defeated going in, we don't need to go in. In other words, if you're single, right, and you're feeling like, I've done so much work and I'm so scared I'm going to go out there and attract the same old, don't get out there. Don't get out there till you can correct that thinking. Same thing goes for all of these. We can live in this feeling of defeat. We can live in this feeling of nothing ever works out for us, or we can change our thoughts. We can take those thoughts captive and recreate a different experience in our life. And it's always our choice. It shows options here, right? and there's 7 cups. But so what is your option? Not what are your options. You probably know what your options are. What is your choice? How do you move forward in the way that's most fulfilling to yourself? Because when you do what's most fulfilling to yourself, then automatically this permeates from you, and the other person feels fulfilled in the process. And I know that's so weird to say, but it's just how it works. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for stopping in at Spirit Mail. And the subscribes, the likes, the shares, the comments, ringing the bell, all that stuff, you guys rock. And I can't wait to see you next time. And until then, go out and have a super duper day. Bye.